Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some filled individual cakes. So these are going to have chocolate hazelnut spread inside them, rather like Nutella or Nutella depending on how you like to pronounce it. But I'm also going to do a variation and use some raspberry jam as well. I think there's a number of things you could put into these. You make a batter which is quite a runny batter, and then you spoon a bit of your filling on the top, and then hopefully as the cakes bake they rise up and enclose the filling quite nicely. So not a difficult recipe, and it doesn't take too long. We start off by preheating the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, 160 Celsius with a fan, 350 Fahrenheit, and I've lined a muffin tin with paper cases, a 12-hole muffin tin. So that's the preparation to start with, and I'll go on to the ingredients. And for the ingredients, I have 200 grams, which is 1 1/3 cups based on scooping packed flour into a 250 milliliter cup of plain flour. I have 120 grams, half a cup plus 1.5 tablespoons of caster sugar. 125 grams, half a cup plus 1 teaspoon of yogurt. 45 milliliters, 3 tablespoons of milk. 5 milliliters, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 100 milliliters, 6 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of a flavourless oil. 8 grams, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1.5 grams, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 2 medium eggs, which would be large in the USA. And then here I have about 90 grams of each, which is about 6 heaped teaspoons of the chocolate hazelnut spread and the raspberry jam. You can use a little less filling if you want to, but I think that should be a reasonable amount. So that's all the ingredients, and what we need to do is to go on to make our batter. And to make the batter, I'm going to put my eggs into a bowl, and I'm going to add the sugar, and then I'm going to whisk those together until the sugar is dissolved basically. And I'm going to use my hand mixer, but you can do it by hand if you want to. And that was easy enough. So then I'm going to put in my yogurt, a natural yogurt this is, and my milk, the oil, and the vanilla extract, and I'm going to whisk those together. Again, that was very easy. I'm just going to scrape my spatula to get a little bit more of the yogurt off. And then we need to add our dry ingredients, but before I add them into the bowl, I'm going to mix them together. So I'll put my baking powder and my salt into the flour, and I'll give them a little mix, and then I'm going to sift them just to get that baking powder distributed fairly evenly through the mixture. So I'll sift that into the wet mixture, and this will make sure that there's no little clumps of baking powder as well. So that's good like that. And then I'm going to stir that to get it all combined. And with my mixture quite well mixed together, I'm going to put that into my paper cases, and I estimate that I need about 55 grams or so for each one, but I'm just going to use a couple of dessert spoons and spoon it in. And with the batter fairly evenly divided into the tins, I'm going to take a heaped teaspoon of my mixtures, and I'm going to put it on the top of each one. Like that for the raspberry, and then I'll do the same with the chocolate hazelnut spread. And then with my filling on the top like that, I'm going to put those into the oven, and I'm going to bake them for about 20 minutes. And the cake should rise up and hopefully cover the filling. And once they've baked for 20 minutes, I'll take them out of the oven and leave them in the tin for a few minutes. Then I'll transfer them to a wire rack, and when they've cooled completely, I'll come back and show you the results, and we'll have a taste. I baked my cakes for 20 minutes and they rose up to cover the fillings, and then I took them out of the oven and put them onto a wire rack to cool down. So they've cooled down now, and I've cut one of each type open, so I'll show you what they look like. So this is the one with the chocolate hazelnut spread in, and this is the one with the raspberry jam in, and they've both baked up quite nicely. I've already tasted the chocolate hazelnut spread one because I was chatting with one of my sisters on Skype and wanted to taste it. So I'll have a taste of this one with the raspberry jam in. It's a lovely soft cake with a slight vanilla flavour to it, and then the that lovely hit of the raspberry jam. And I use seedless raspberry jam, which is best for this particular type well, for baking this sort of thing. But use what you, if you use raspberry jam with seeds in, you can use strawberry jam, any jam you want, or any number of fillings really. So both of these have turned out very nicely. And that's going to be it for this recipe. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well, and I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.